Hi, have you ever had a dream where you were given or you found the solution to everything, everything ever in the world, in the whole life of the universe? Like you were physically handed a symbol, a key or something, or you were given the knowledge and you would wake up and say, I understood everything. And she didn't know what it was, or you remembered that what you were given was actually a stupid object that wasn't really meaningful. And then in that case, if that happened to you, did you feel really silly, stupid, thinking you had the solution for everything and you were waking up all enthusiastic and just to find out that it was a stupid dream meaning nothing at all? If that is the case, I want to reassure you. I now think we are not stupid at all, and when we had or have those dreams, they really are full of downloads and information. The only thing is we cannot retain all that information when we wake up, but we are not stupid and we do not need to belittle ourselves. So I just wish I could go back in time and tell my youngest self that she was not silly or stupid. She didn't have enough understanding. She didn't have anyone to tell her that she could have all that massive download in a split second in a dream and just not remember it when she woke up. And you know what? Also, you can actually go back in time and reassure your younger self. I heard about a woman who used to ask to travel during the night, during her dreams, and she would go places and see people. And then one night, she realized she was in front of the house she used to live in when she was younger. And then she entered this house and it was night and everything was silent. And she went into this room that used to be her own room and saw the little girl that she was, and saw that that girl was really scared and afraid, and went to that little girl and whispered something to her to reassure her. And then she woke up. This woman, when she woke up the next day, she realized when she was much younger, when she was a child, she actually used to be really scared by something during the night in that room, in that old house. And one night she woke up and she felt a strong, wonderful, warm feeling of love, and she felt reassured, and she felt a wonderful voice telling wonderful things to her. And then she realized it was her younger self and her older self meeting up in the night. Isn't this great? And then I also heard another story of a woman who had a near death and went to her younger self, to her child self, who used to have an imaginary friend. And this imaginary friend, this younger self, had named with her own nickname, a name that people used to call her. And people were like laughing at her and thinking, why is she calling her imaginary friend with her own nickname? And this is why, because the imaginary friend was her older self, being a companion to her, because this was a very lonely little girl, and she was with her and she was reassuring her and keeping her company. And that's why this older version of her, which was her imaginary friend at the time when she was little, had her own nickname. So the thing here is, I think we do time travel if we want. We can go wherever we want. We could go to our own past and talk to our own selves, or we can go into the future. We just need to train to do that. I'm pretty sure by now we can do that, totally do. But the only thing is, we were given stories in fiction and in movies where people would time travel with their own 3D bodies, and I mean, I don't buy that. That is what sounds really fake and fiction-like. I don't think we can time travel with our own body and go somewhere and interact with people in this denser reality we are now here. No, but we don't need to do that. We can time travel in our minds. We can just go wherever we want. We are at a time now in 2025 when everything is actually possible. We just need to train ourselves. There are so many paths that I want to follow. So what about yours? What rabbit hole are you going to go down, and what are you trying to achieve with the power of your mind and your intention?